Hello, my friends, and welcome back once again. What a week has been for crypto, for Bitcoin. I mean, just crazy, absolutely crazy. We had such a massive crash happening in the last few days. We actually got 2 consecutive red days from the 8 all the way to the 9 and part of the 10 of December. That's the day where the recovery started. You can see that all of these days have been extremely volatile with a special attention to the 9 and 10. Just like I told you guys, I told you that on the what day was I told you that there was a possibility of seeing a strong impulse on this range of this red. There it is. This box right here, we have 8 or 10. And we had that possibility, but this really did not happen because we saw that this circle right here, the red circle, the 9 or 10, especially these days, I mean, just extremely volatile, guys, extremely volatile. We didn't really see an uptrend on any of these days. I mean, maybe on the 8 was kind of a yellow day slightly, but on the 9 and 10, some days, some hours of the 10, we see that it was just absolutely non-stop crash. Especially the 9, it's actually the worst day all of these 3 days that I just talked about. So, man, was a really powerful crash. And right now, this is today, the 11th of December. We're just starting to recover, guys. This is a very volatile uptrend. Just like I told you, remember, yellow circles always mean volatility. So we have an extremely volatile both these days. I mean, every single day right here is very volatile. So we can expect that volatility to continue on this range of days as well, from the 12th to the 15th of December. Now, some of these could be actually impulses because I'm expecting that this box will play out. We have 13 to 16. It's not going to be all of these 3 days consecutive green, but we can expect some powerful impulse. Especially I'm thinking on the 16th of December. This is the day where both the box and the circle have on the green. So there's a very high possibility that near this date we can expect another impulse that can drive us all the way up right here on the 143 and the 103, 104. And possibly even higher than this. So this level could be actually very, very interesting. Now, these days could also be very volatile. Because of the nature of these last days, of these last 2 days, it's way too volatile. So I'm not expecting any range anytime soon. Maybe one of these days could be a range, could be neutral, but so far I'm seeing extreme volatility right here in this period of days. So I'm thinking this is going to play out in a way that it will try to build up enough the price, the momentum, all of that in order to achieve a very potential new milestone, new all-time high on these days. Like I would say, I think it will approach near the 15 and possibly consolidate on the 16th of December. That's basically what I think it will happen on these next days. But this crash really, no matter how bad you look at it, guys, it's not really that, I mean, it's nothing compared to the one we saw on the 5th of December. For example, we see this is today. I mean, this is the 9th of December. So right here, this is where the day starts. You can see lots of volatility, up and down, up and down. And right around here is where it ends. So it's just an approximate, and we only lost like 2%, maybe 3%, something like that. That's a minor loss actually, because like I was saying, if you compare that to the 5th of December, which is somewhere around here, this is where it starts, somewhere around here. Look at this massive, on the worst, we had like 10% loss. Then it kind of recovered, and this is finally where the price kind of settled down, something like that. So we see easily 4-5%, basically double that of the day of the 9th of December. So this is basically nothing compared to this. Remember, the boxes are really different to circles in the sense that they are only trying to accurate, try to predict, to give some signals of very strong either impulses or corrections. I'm talking very, very strong. I'm talking about that kind of percentage. So it's not just any downtrend. It's not just any uptrend. It has to be a very big one in order to qualify for this. Now, this impulse that we see right here today, this is the kind of impulse that I was expecting right here on this range of days, 8 or 10. It literally happened one day after that, one day after the box. So it's not that bad really, guys. It's very accurate. I mean, this time it was only one day away from that, but it was very, very interesting. Now let's check out Solana very quickly, and the same thing can be said for Solana, although to a lesser degree. We have that Solana, like I told you before, is really strong right here. Solana is going down, down, down. It's going harder than Bitcoin. And this recovery is mainly due in part to Bitcoin, mostly just Bitcoin. The fact that Bitcoin jumped all the way back to 100K makes Solana go and respond accordingly. Now, it's obviously not nowhere as near as the all-time high that Solana had. So we still have that pending with Solana. I hope that we can achieve that at least by the very end of the month, because otherwise Solana is basically going to underperform compared to Bitcoin. Okay, so it's not a problem, guys. Solana is a meme coin machine. This is where the profits are really made. Obviously, I also hold Solana, so this is not really hurting me in any way. This is very good for me. I'm in profit. Most of you are in profit if you actually bought during the appropriation, during the correct times, during the correct seasons. So if you did that, you are already in green as well. So there's nothing to be worried about. But Solana, we can see that this volatility can also extend very much like Bitcoin. For this range of days, we still have 2 days, something like that for yellow, and we can maybe expect some correction on the 13th of December. Now, because the Solana chart is not the same as Bitcoin, maybe, just saying this just as a possibility, there's a small possibility that all the boxes or most of the boxes in crypto in this Bitcoin chart, maybe some of them will apply to Solana. But that's something really experimental yet. I'm still deciding how to work this out, how to draw these charts in order to not confuse some people, because some of these days overlap. But anyways, that's all that I want to say for Solana, and let's just check out DOT very quickly. So this is the other prediction that I have, and we see, just like I told you, very hard crash on the 9th of December. Now, that day was a hard crash on basically everything that I have. Every single of my predictions, forex, stocks, indicators, cryptocurrencies, all of what, you name it. I mean, they all crash on that day. Now, some of them had a slight crash, like a soft landing, and others were just going downhill nonstop. So it was a very significant day all across the markets, not just crypto markets, all markets in general. So this, of course, applies to DOT very, very powerfully. Very, very volatile day. And on the 10 was not really that good compared to Bitcoin, where we saw the recovery. And this 11, which is today, is also a recovery, but like I was saying, like you can see in the Bitcoin chart, it's also not nowhere as near as Bitcoin. Anyways, for this DOT prediction, I have another range. This is possibly there's a possibility that we can expect some consecutive green days on any of these boxes: 13 to 15, 16 to 6 to 17, 21 to 22, and powerful corrections, even though this one just happened. We can maybe expect on the 23, 25, maybe something like that. This is an incomplete, this is an experimental chart. This is nowhere near as detailed as the Bitcoin and the Solana chart. So I'm still trying to figure this out Like I said in the beginning of my very first prediction video for this month, just don't pay attention to any of these ellipses. Even though some days actually correlate, for example, we see corrections very near to the 9, very near. You can see it right here. Also very volatile range of days. You can see some of these days are indeed overlapping, but this is very experimental, so don't pay attention to them just yet. I'll maybe tell you later on what this really mean. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you. It's been a long video already. Just want to remind you all to subscribe, share, and like, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.